Hello, everyone, and welcome to another We Interview video here on Gamingtrend. My name is Adam Marino, and today we have a chance to talk to one of the stars of the hit Paramount Plus TV show Transformers Earthspark. We have Benni Latham. Your character Dot is adorable, and
Thank
I am
you.
very excited to get to know you a little bit and get to hear a little bit about your journey. But let's start here. After the success of season one of Earthspark, how does it feel to have your legacy stamped into the Transformers history? It's one of the biggest franchises out there, and you're in it. You have a full season. You're there. How does that make you feel?
It feels both gratifying and humbling at the same time. Gratifying because my inner child, my little 8-year-old self, is thrilled to be a part of a show that I grew up watching. I mean, I too, like many other kids, were traumatized when Optimus Prime died in the original film, and I grew up playing with the action figures. So to be a part of something that was such a big part of my childhood is very gratifying and a full circle moment. And it's also very humbling because when I first was cast in the series, I was just happy to work because this was during the pandemic and we weren't
Ooh.
sure how animation was going to keep going. So I was just excited to be a working actor. And once I figured out what it was for, because when I got the script, everything was coded. I had no
Oh,
idea.
wow.
It was a completely blind audition. All the character names were changed. And so when my agent called to tell me the good news and that it was Transformers, I lost it because I'm like, nah, my like really,
Everything
I
goes
heard the
slow
theme music.
motion.
Yes, I heard the theme music and I cried, and because of what Dot looks like and what she represents, it felt like confirmation that yes, you're a part of this universe too. Yes, you can like Transformers. Yes, you can go rock 'em sock 'em with the best of them and enjoy yourself and do that. And a lot of folks have reached out to me and said that Dot gave them permission to enjoy the series that much more. And that's the thing I wasn't expecting when I got invited to be a part of the fandom. And that's one byproduct that I'm thankful to have a hand in any kind of way.
That's so cute. This isn't one of my questions, but have you gotten an action figure of yourself yet? Have you
They
seen
haven't
yourself?
made any. They haven't made any for Dot. I was a
What are
little
we
bummed
doing?
about that. They had a
What are we
video game,
doing?
and they have literally the entire family except for Dot is in the video game, and I'm like, she has the most training. She was in the military. What the H, y'all? But
We'll get
the
there.
Dottie revolution is on the rise.
Hashtag Dottie Revolution. Get in the comment. I love that. Well, June 7th, we got the release of season two. What's your favorite part of Earthspark so far? You got to say a little bit about it there, but is there anything else that's just like pulled out? This is your favorite part of the show?
Oh gosh, that's really tough because there's so many elements that they've added to this show and so many layers. Because on one hand, yes, it's all the rock'em sock'em goodness we know and love from Transformers, but there's also this element of inclusion that I didn't know I needed until I saw it. Dot is African American and she's married to Dr. Alex Malto, who is Filipino American, and their children are mixed. And what's interesting about the new species of Transformers, the Terrans that are born on Earth, they're half Cybertronian and half Earth DNA. So they're also mixed Transformers. So they're trying to figure out how to blend their Cybertronian lineage with their Earth lineage and make that work. Not unlike how mixed kids from two different cultures blend their two cultures together to become even more proud of their identity and their heritage. So there's a lot of back and forth of what does it mean? What is a legacy? What do we give to our children and what do they do with it? What kind of choices do we make as parents that directly affect our children? And how do we reconcile with those mistakes that we made? Because we don't always have it figured out either. They fought this war, but now the Cybertronians are stuck. What do we do now? How do we make this work? And so that's something you don't expect to see on a Saturday morning cartoon, but
No.
here it is. And it's entertaining, it's funny, there's a lot of heart. The action sequences are amazing. The team really outdid themselves. I'm proud. I'm so proud to be a part of the series.
It really sounds like it. There's a lot of passion that you can see just from the way that you're talking about this show. It's really cool to see. I've seen some of the major scenes. I've seen a lot of the artwork, and it's just so cool seeing what you're talking about and seeing it from that other side of things. That's
Mhm.
so cool, and I'm so excited for you, and I'm so excited for all the
Thank
people that are going to
you.
see themselves in these characters, whether it be a parent or a kid in this situation, because I'm sure that there's a lot of parents that will be watching this with their kids and going, yeah, that is something that we have to deal with, isn't it? So I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. That's awesome. Now the next question might be a really hard one,
Oh
as
gosh.
I'm going to make you pick your favorite
No.
child.
No, don't make
You
me.
have your
Oh.
character has adopted multiple of the Terrans, but do you have a favorite Transformers character that
Okay.
your character has interacted with, or just you as a fan have interacted with?
That is a really tricky question. So if I'm going to go with the 80s series and my childhood, because I figured that's the safest. I don't want to pick
Hey,
between my children. I love my children. I love all of them. No, because they're all so different.
mhm.
But I am an OG fan of Megatron, oddly enough, and so getting to interact with a childhood icon of mine doesn't suck. I mean, she's friends with him. They were in the war together. They have history. They have inside jokes. They were part of the same platoon. Like, and let's just be real, Megatron doesn't really care for humans that much.
No.
He's not really a fan. So the fact that they were able to forge this friendship says a lot about Megatron, and it also says a lot about Dottie, because think about what it took to win him over
Yeah,
and to
years
have him
of
switch
hatred.
sides. Right. So their dynamic is what's really compelling to me as an actor, to kind of figure out how to play this character who's friends with this giant robot who used to be one of the baddest dudes in the galaxy. And so off to answer that question in short, Team Megatron, sorry kids, mama loves you.
That's such a great answer though, because that's something that, people that haven't seen the show yet don't fully understand. So that's
Right.
going to be a really awesome thing for them to be able to jump into and be like, oh, there are some characters from when I was a kid that's, still around. They're a little bit different now. This might be another difficult question, but it's one that we ask all of our guests here on the We Interview series, and that is
Mm-hmm.
what is one happy memory of your time working in the industry that will be with you for the rest of your life?
Mm, that is a really good question. You ask really good
I
questions.
appreciate that.
The memory that will stand out for me for the rest of my life was when I got to record an episode at the Nickelodeon Studios in Burbank. Because in all of season one was recorded from my closet.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I knew we did a table read, a virtual table read as a cast, maybe one or two times in the very, very beginning. But after that, I kind of had to keep their voices in my memory because I'm not always working opposite the people that I'm in the scene with. A lot of that is done independent. And so shout out to the director, Christy Reed, who is incredible, and shout out to the editing team because you wouldn't know it by watching the first couple of episodes. You'd have thought we all did that together as a unit. But yeah, when I got to go in that booth, that bright orange booth, and put those cans on and the mic and the script, it was like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been dreaming of, and here I am. I mean, this is the studio that had Cree Summer as the voice of Susie Carmichael in Rugrats. She was one of my biggest inspirations growing up, and here I am walking in the same building as her. So that was, yeah, for the rest of my life. Going to the grave
That's
with that memory.
so good. That's so cool. I can't
Thank you.
imagine. I grew up a Nick kid as
Oh,
well. Like I watched a lot of Nickelodeon, so that's really awesome to hear that you got such a great experience and you got to walk those halls that so many of our favorite people have
uh,
have walked.
gonna turn the light back on because I kicked the plug out. But yes, being able to and then as if that wasn't enough, bonus features. Okay, as I'm walking into the booth for the first time, I pass by Roger Bumpus, the voice of Squidward
Just
from
chilling.
SpongeBob. just on his way to go get a cup of coffee or something, and he's just, he's just dressed all normal. And I read credits. I am a voiceover fan. I'm a huge nerd. I know it's hardly obvious, but when I saw him, I was like, okay, I can do this one of two ways. I can be a fan or I can be a colleague. I'm gonna lean into colleague and see if this works.
I was about to ask which
So
side won.
I figured, okay, let me do colleague because fan might scare him, and I don't want to scare the voice of Squidward. So I said, hello, Mr. Bumpus. My name is Benni Latham. I voiced Dot Malto and Transformers Earthspark. I'm a huge fan of your work. Do you have a second? Would you mind taking a quick picture with me? I don't want to do any videos because you're probably working and I don't want to mess up your voice, but could I just a real quick one? This is my first day. And he's like, sure, no problem. Come on over. And I'm like, thank you, Mrs. Thank you, Mrs. Squidward, sir. And then the fan came out. But I got the picture. I kept it together. I waited till I got to the car to cry. And then I went in and recorded my episodes. And it was like, wow, that was a big, if I needed any proof that I belonged, that was it.
That's
I'm a
so cool.
colleague. Like, ugh.
That's so cool. And you, like I said earlier, you can just see the joy and passion that you have for this project throughout all of this. It's
Uh,
so amazing hearing you talk about your experiences. And that's all I have. We want to thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you took time out of your day to talk to us. It's been amazing to hear you talk about Earthspark and Dottie as a character. I can't wait to get through. I'm halfway through the first little section of season one, and then I'm gonna go into season two just to see all of the adventures you go on.
Oh gosh.
So
Please follow me and let me know what you think because, honey, there are some cameos in season two that you may or may not know. Chat, yes. Let me know, honey. I must
where
know.
can people find you on social media if they want to follow your adventures?
They can follow me at Benni Latham, BENNILAT as in Tom, HAM as in Mary, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all the things. I'm very boring and no creative names for me.
I appreciate you so much. And you guys can see Transformers Earthspark. Season one is already out. Season two is coming out now. You can see it all on Paramount Plus. Thank you all so much. And we'll see you next time. Thank you again, Betty.
Thank you. Bye, y'all. Till all are one.